Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another Genshin Impact video. We're now back with the second part of the Shadow of the Ancients event, jumping up to the actual event menu, going to event details. We've now got data sampling available on Asian accounts in the past few hours. It'll be coming to American accounts in the next 12 or so, I'm not too sure exactly when. And for this one, there's just a small intro quest. You got to talk to Husini again, and then he'll tell you to do some stuff, and that's the end of the quest. Really, that's just a bit of dialogue. And then for this one, we have to then go back straight to these areas that we went to for investigating surveys, Stormterror's Lair, the Shoal, Pool, and Tatarasuna, and we're going to do some extra stuff. This is my first time doing it, so let's just jump right into it and figure out what's going on. So once we get to the actual area where we did it in Stormterror's Lair, we'll get a bit of a pop-up here telling us that we need to use electro attacks to activate these Persina spikes and continue charging them. And so it has different charge levels, and these are the things you need an electro character for. The recharge rate is dependent on the level of electro energy provided, yada yada yada. Before an activated Persina spike is fully charged, it will attract nearby opponents and to come and attack it. So the general gist is you start this challenge, these things will be available to hit, and you want to use an electro character. Now this is going to be extremely tough for me to actually do because I don't have many electro characters that I think I'm comfortable using, so let's just chuck in Razor. I'm thinking Razor, will chuck him in because he's my highest level. But pretty much that's the general gist. We're just going to start it up. We just got to hit these things with electro attacks. So shield up with Zhongli. And on the left there you can see their charge percent. It's going to be a... This will be right. This doesn't feel too bad. Okay, just gonna try to tank the hits. The other ones aren't getting attacked, that's good. Recharge that with a bit of electro. Do one at a time. I do recommend if you are going to do this and you're not completely kitted out in high artifacts and high damage, do one spike at a time. You know, hit it with electro. Oh, are you even able to do that? Because you've got a time limit to do this actually, so... Hello, enemies? Okay. So... Doesn't seem like you have to actually... So it's not too bad. Okay, so it's only a handful of enemies here and there. And obviously they've got the spikes have their numbers above them, so you can do it in like 1, 2, 3 order, or 3, 2, 1, whatever order you want really. I'm just trying to keep them all charged. Yep, there we go. Number 1 is done. Number 3 is about to be done. Okay. Okay. This is not too difficult. Okay, first time doing it. Not too difficult. I will say that as per usual, like no shock to it. But having a character like Kazuha or Venti is going to make this a lot easier because it's going to be able to CC them and stun them for an extended period of time. But that was the Stormterror's Lair. Now we're going to jump into the other 3, doing them moderately quickly, seeing how fast we can do them, but also still explaining exactly what we have to do. So let's jump over and do that. Arriving at the shoal, the enemies don't seem to have respawned, which is a pretty good sign, meaning we don't have to re-kill them. And as per usual, let's start the challenge up, hitting these with electro. We'll hit them in the order of 1, 2, 3, just for a bit of consistency's sake. There's another one, and there we go. And we run over to number 1, put up, okay. Try to kill this guy really quickly. Okay. We actually use an electro attack here to charge it at the same time. Sorry, getting quite low there. And then those guys die. We're going to quickly jump over to these other ones, hit them with a bit of electro. It doesn't seem like miHoYo is going to hit you with too many enemies or different actual Persinas at the same time. So once you see enemies at one Persina, they're only going to be spawning at that one. It seems to be the common theme. I assume because, well, if they did it the other way, if they spawned many enemies at different ones, that's way too much sidetracking, and you know, it's a lot of kind of spreading of the damage. So good job to miHoYo for thinking about that. I will kind of, well, I don't even know if it's worth a compliment, but it's a good thing that they did. The general characters you want to use, as I said earlier, Kazuha Venti will have the highest value here because most of the enemies seem to be enemies that can jump and fall and whatnot, or like can be staggered. So that is definitely a key thing to use Kazuha Venti. But if you don't, maybe some shield characters or AoE characters to be precise. AoE is the biggest thing there. But that is the second one done. That's the shoal. Now we're going to move over to the pool, the Qingxu Pool. Grab a viewpoint whilst we're here, apparently. Arriving at Qingxu Pool, these ones are actually quite spread apart, but obviously the pylons are still here. We're going to do them in numerical order yet again. So number 2, actually no, it's 2. It doesn't matter which way we charge them. But you got to keep them charged with another electro character. Use whichever one you have, obviously. Maybe even Fischl would be pretty good, so you can charge them from a distance. But I'm going to be using Razor because scared like level count is going to mean something, or required level is going to be something that needs to happen. We've got some more treasure hoarders on this first persona on the pool. Nothing too bad, actually. Again, goddamn Kazuha Venti. Their extreme amount of play rate never exceeds to amaze me that Mihoyo is pushing for. They are going to be the best characters to use in every event where the required activity is killing enemies. That is something I can guarantee in Genshin Impact's lifetime is Kazuha Venti are going to be the most kind of sought after characters in the history of the game. There's a bit of a grace period here where you have to just wait for enemies to like appear at one of them, so be careful. I think they're going to appear at number 2. Yep, there they are. Get here with the meatball, really quickly stun them. I'm actually going to jump over here and kill these range guy first, because this guy will die in one hit like that. Going to use Bennett's ults, and then just blitz them really quickly. Well, that's not good. Hit it with that. Things are running out of electro chargeness, so let's go really quickly. Hit him with a bit of electro. We'll use the ultimate, why not? So this is probably where Fischl will become pretty handy, just hitting them from range instead of having to walk up to them. So if you have a Fischl or a Kujosara, something along those lines, it probably would be helpful to charge them from a distance. But that is the Qingxu Pool done and dusted. Going into the event details again, we've just now got the Tatarasuna left to go, and the this certain thing down here, which is unlocked after completing all the data sampling achievements, which we'll get into once I get it. So over the Tatarasuna. Okay, so now we're at the Tatarasuna. As per usual, it's right here next to the shore. These ones are quite close together, so we might be getting some... These ones are actually really close together, so we might get some different enemies. But really quickly charge these up before the first wave of enemies spawns. Get that in there, and we got a juggling meatball ready for the first set of enemies. Hilly shells. Oh god, there's a lot of them. Oh god, it just took a lot of damage. No, I didn't. Big meatball. Massive damage. Gonna hit it with another big meatball because energy recharge is amazing. And we can now hit, or start recharging our personas really quickly with a bit of an electro attack. Again, you'd probably also want a character with a low cooldown elemental skill. Or a catalyst user who can have their electro attacks actually be just the main thing. Because Razor works really well because he has a low cooldown on his elemental skill if you just press it. Also, if you did use something like Fischl, you'd have to just use charge shots. Or something like Electro Traveler, you have a high cooldown between your abilities. No, please, Kairaki, don't do this. Don't do this to me. Please. Oh, damn. Okay, so not too bad. My things have run out of charge a bit, but that's fine in the grand scheme of things. They're all at pretty much 100% anyway, so we hit them with a final bit of charge, and we have the Tatarasuna pretty much done. Number 3 done, or number 2, number 3, and then number 1 done in that order. And there you have it. That is the 4 challenges, or the 4 main challenges of the second part of the Shadow of the Ancients event. Jumping up into the actual event details, we have obviously all these rewards here. We have another 160, or is it 180? 160 primogems, which is quite a hefty amount. We've got a bunch of talent books and a bit of Mora at the end, which is always welcomed. And now at the bottom left, we can now click on whatever this thing is. And we have 2 extra challenges. Okay. So the bottom left here, you just got 2 extra challenges. You got Dragonspine and Guyun Stone Forest. So I'm going to just go quickly and do those, just showing you guys what is up. So for the challenge, once you get to this part of Dragonspine where the challenge is, you have to do prospecting again. So you chuck down the little device and you have to follow it around again. We're just going to chuck another one here. Tells me to go over here. We're going to try to do this as quickly as possible because I was not expecting to have to do any amount of prospecting. Is it right here? Wait, what? Where's it telling me to go? Right here. Okay, there we go. We got one bit here, and it's adjusted to reveal the challenge. So never mind, not too much prospecting in general. We spawn the challenge, and then we can instantly start it, put up a shield, and then start charging these piles, which are quite spread across the map. One's over here, and one's over there, and then one in the middle of them. Nothing too bad though. Got an ice bridge here that will break. And again, like the other ones, just kind of kill the enemies as they come to you. None of them are extremely high level. These are all level 87 right now. Also, my character's level 90, so you should be able to kill them very easily. They seem to be underpowered. I think for the purpose of specifically for the purpose of making this event pretty all-player friendly. This one here, though, they seem to be kind of seem to be quite spread apart, dealing damage to different ones. And remember, keep them charged. That's one thing I'm not doing right now, is I'm not keeping them charged. But that one. You know, with that. Number 3, we'll have to wait. These guys are right here. So when you go over to charge number 3, it's quite far behind. It's at 50%. These other ones are at 95 plus. Okay, this has been quite hardish. I don't know if it's hard or not. Probably not hard. Just been moderately difficult. Okay, we've got 1% done. This one's about to be done. Let's go focus on number 3. I hit with a big meatball, hopefully stun him in the process. Boom, and that should be this challenge done. I'm going to stand over here by this heat pylon so I don't die of freezingness. But it's at 94, 95. Yep, this is this challenge done. We're not even going to even try for this last one. Maybe kill a few enemies. But there we go. That is the Dragonspine challenge done. Just a quick added one for that. You get a few extra rewards. Now we're going to move on to the Guyun Stone Forest. So once you arrive to the Guyun Stone Forest on the island north of the domain, you're going to start prospecting again. It's quite a simple thing to do. You just press Z a bunch of times until you find the item you are looking for. And don't try to do it too quickly because this is going to take a while. Well, not take a while, but it's kind of a team's process. I've kind of taken slowly. We find the challenge is kind of just in the middle of the arena, as it probably should be. And we've got the pylons all around us. We get started up. We hit the thing with Electro a bunch of times. We hit them all very quickly because I want to charge them up and move on to the enemies as quickly as possible. Number 1 is going to get attacked first, I believe. Yep. And we've got an Electro Mage, so be careful, guys. Electro Mages can be quite bad or quite tough, that is. So be careful on this one. Your attacks probably would kind of charge it, maybe. That'd be quite interesting to see. To recharge my Persimmons really quickly. Hopefully no enemies spawn. Oh, that is not good. I saw a pyro. Please don't die. Please don't die, Persimmon. Oh no, it's dead. Oh, that's tough. That's tough. Okay, maybe it's not dead. Maybe Jean-Louis can carry heal. The other two aren't getting charged. I just need this one to get charged. Oh god, oh, this one's tough. Hit him with a bit of overload, knock them all down, kind of CC them, that is the key to success here. CC everyone. Really quickly, I'm just going to go charge this one so maybe it gets it done in the meantime. Okay, hit with a meatball, stun her really quickly, that's good. Okay, that was, okay, we did get it in the end, don't worry guys, we did get it, but that was tough, I will tell you something, that was tough. Race kind of got no damage in him, he's literally got no artifacts. Ooh, challenge done. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That one probably is the toughest one. The Guyun Stone Forest, the Pyro Abyss Mage that spawns, dealing a lot of damage. You got Electro Mages spawning, but we did do it in the end. I did showcase it. So there you have it, guys. You got from data sampling, you get the primogems, which is the main focus, and these ones are pretty straightforward and pretty easy. But if you jump down into the bottom left, you got special sampling points, which give you Mystic Ore Enhancement and Mora, just for a bit of a bonus reward. Now, for live testing, that's coming out in 2 days. Today it's Sunday for me, so it's coming out on Tuesday morning. I'll have it covered probably that day, that morning, whenever it comes out really. But this one is going to be a lot more interesting, where we get to fight the actual Ruined Greater that we killed at the start of the actual event. But stay tuned for that in the future. Anyway guys, if you did enjoy the video, hit the like button, subscribe, and also ring the notification bell to stay notified of when I upload next. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, guys.